Hello, guys. How are you guys doing today? GPK Forever back again with another live stream. Um, it was really requested for another live stream, so we're doing it. Um, doesn't look like anyone's here right now, so we're just uh, waiting for some people to enter in before we get going. Sorry, I'm using a phone to help me just keep track of the comments and questions that you guys may have during this. So when you arrive, just feel free to say hello or anything if you want into the chat. It actually helps me to know that people are ready. So we'll just wait a few minutes. Hey guys. So this video was requested by multiple of you members of the community about garbage pail kid card investments. So let's dive into it. So, and just remember that this is all recommendations by me or Mr. D. Please forgive Mr. D, he is not here today, but we'll get started. So the first recommendation we have is based on if you have it right now. We recommend that if you have the 1985 original Garbage Pail Kid pack, sealed packs, or a sealed box, to keep that. And you may be asking, well, GPK Forever, if this is about investments and stuff, why are you telling us to keep these if we have them? So let me explain. These are extremely expensive packs. This is just an open wrapper. These are about 150 per pack. Yeah, per pack. It's very crazy. So 150 per pack, and then the box itself is like 15,000. So it's a pretty expensive investment. But if you already have one right now, me and Mr. D really advise you guys to hold on to it, because it'll be worth money down the road. But you may be asking, well, you guys opened up one. Why did you guys do that? The reason we opened up ours was because we wanted to preserve the cards inside. But when you don't keep like sealed or things like that, just know that the cards can be damaged by the gum. The gum could go through the first card within the wax and go all the way through all 5 or 6 cards if you're lucky in that pack. So just be aware of that. Hello, VA Beach Collectibles. How are you doing? It's good to see that some of you guys are starting to pop in. So yeah, that is our first suggestion for a great investment is this right here. Just not the empty pack. So investment number 2 we recommend is actually a second series pack, but we don't have that. Well, I don't have that. So it's the blue pack, but I don't have that. So I'm sorry about that, guys. So the next one that I recommend that I think you guys will find worthwhile are Atom Bomb cards. When I mean Atom Bomb cards, I mean Atom Bomb variation cards. These could be cards that are Atom Bomb, like these from third series, or some of the Atom Bomb, third series flashbacks, or the Atom Bombing through history. If there's a reference to Atom Bomb or Nasty Nick, he's the other exception, these cards are worth pretty good money. So if you have them, that's a good investment. If you don't have them, you could still go out and get them for pretty cheap. So I think that's a good investment. Another card to do is Nasty Nick or any really of the original series Garbage Pail Kids. But I just happen to have these Atom Bombs right here on hand. So we'll go into the next suggestion, which is, you know what? We don't have to do these in order. These right here. These are Series 1 UK cards. And sorry about hitting the camera. These right here are actual legit Garbage Pail Kid cards from the UK that I opened up here on the channel. And what's super nice about this is that if you want to get your hands on some first series cards, you can for pretty cheap. Last time I checked, these packs went for about $10 a piece. If you're lucky, you can get them for 8, or if you buy the box, you can get it for like $360, and it's 48 packs. But just know that the boxes are A cards or they're B cards. But yeah, that is my next suggestion. Just because they're first series cards, and even if you didn't want to buy the packs or anything, you can still buy these cards for pretty cheap. The main reason I'm suggesting these are just because they are first series references, and anything that I've noticed within this community is that anything that has to do with first series cards are always valuable and very collectible. So that's another recommendation I have for you guys. And before we get into the next one, I just want to show you guys this clip. I was looking at the official PSA certified price guide earlier today that PSA hands out if you have a if you have a membership. And I happened to come across this page. I should have put a bookmark on it. But in this one, there's a page in here that tells you the things that PSA are looking for when they're grading your cards. Okay, here we go. Right here. Found it. So right here. I know. I'm not going to read it to you guys, but if you have one of these, the newest one for April, I recommend you find this page. It's called the PSA Grading Standards. And right here, Gem Mint 10, PSA 9, PSA 8, PSA 7, so forth, all the way to PSA 1. Why I'm recommending that you guys look into this, if you want a PSA grade your cards and you want to figure out why the cards got what they got, this right here is actually a chart, kind of. It tells you why the cards got the grade they got. Like with 9s, it tells you that most of the time it's minor imperfections, a wax stain possibly, just flaws, and that's about it. And 8s are printing imperfections, slightly off-white borders or something like that, centering, things like that. So this is a good way if you want to figure out why your cards got the grade they did. This I recommend you guys take a look at. And when you're about to send off a card to get PSA graded, try to put them through this test right here, the little standards right here. And then you've got the qualifiers for the OC, the ST, print defect, OF, out of focus, MK, marks, MC miscut, OC off-centered. If you guys can see that, that's also on the same page. And there's another page to it about just pretty cool stuff. But then I've been following this, right, for years, and we haven't happened to like Garbage Pail Kids weren't really on this chart. You know, they had Pokemon, they had basketball, they had everything, but Garbage Pail Kids. I'm happy to report that Garbage Pail Kids have officially made the list. Right there. 1985 Garbage Pail Kids, Glossy, Nasty Nick, Evil Eddie, Atom Bomb, and Uzi Susie. We finally made it, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting to see how long it would take for them to put Garbage Pail Kids on as a non-tradable but collectible PSA graded cards. So, guys, I'm really excited about that. But, yeah, so I thought I'd just hurry and show the cool findings I found to help you guys out with your PSA and building your collections up too. So if you do get the membership, you do get this monthly. So if you do decide to get the membership, that's also a pretty nice little bonus. So the next recommendation I've got for you guys is this. A original Garbage Pail Kids series box. This box is just full of empty wrappers from all the packs we've opened up on the channel. But I recommend that you guys go and buy the just go out and buy original boxes with all 48 packs inside, all sealed in mint condition. Because if you look at it, around last year, you could pick them up for about $80 to $90. But right now, at least the ones that I'm seeing on eBay and stuff, they are going for oh, sorry guys, trying to make sure you guys can see it. They're going for around 182, possibly the low. Sometimes you can still find them for about $95. But what's crazy is that if you look to when you guys look to back in 2008, 2009, these boxes of 48 vintage Garbage Pail Kids were actually only $24. $24. Guys, that's crazy. $24. And you could have bought a full box of this. nowadays you have to almost pay $200. So this is a great recommendation because the prices just keep increasing with more and more packs being opened and more people wanting to open their own packs and PSA grade them. I highly recommend this right here. So we've got a question. Where do you buy yours from? My vintage packs, I actually buy them from Mr. D. Mr. D, he's had a huge, pretty big vintage box collection, and he would just end up selling them. So most of the time, that's where I bought them. But yeah, so Mr. D is where I buy my packs. But there's also some really good sellers on eBay you can go to. But if you're just thinking about getting a couple packs or you want a bigger quantity, I recommend you go with the box because if you divide the total price you paid for the box for how many packs there are, you can find out how much you paid per pack. And that's how I figured out it's cheaper to go through Mr. D when I bought my packs than to go through these other guys who were selling them for like $7 to $8 a piece. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, VA Beach Collectibles is actually right because lately I've been seeing some people actually opening these and taking out the better cards and then just sealing them up. So do be careful with that. If you do like what I used to do and not go through BCE because I don't know much about them to be honest with you guys. But I normally just buy them off of the eBay. If you do buy unopened packs, examine them very carefully. Make sure there's no openings at all or anything. And if you do, report that because who knows, it could be tampered with. So be aware of that, you guys. And speaking of packs, I probably should have showed you guys this box, but hold on. I've got to grab some variation stuff. Okay, so I think I've got everything. So right here, to show you guys, I do actually have vintage packs right here. These are just a few of them that I have left from Mr. D. And what I actually do is instead of buying the boxes, I actually just buy quantity or a variety of them. Like, look, here's the 7th series. For a while, certain packs are hard to find. Like 7th series, I remember I was trying to find a box and I couldn't find anything. But see, you just want to make sure that these flaps right here are originally sealed right here. I don't have a pack that's been tampered with, so I do apologize for that. I guess I could probably see if Mr. D has one, but yeah, that could take a little bit. But yeah, so if you don't want the box, you could just invest in just a variety, like 10 series right here. This is a hard series to get. I personally have only gotten a few of these packs for the 3 years that I've gotten back into Garbage Pail Kids. So 10th series is another good series. 8th series, you've got the purple named misprint. It's where, let me grab you a Garbage Pail Kid. So right here on this Baskin Robin. I know it's not from 8th series, it's from 3rd. Please excuse that. But right where it says Garbage Pail Kids in red, there's a misprint series or like a misprint where instead of it being red or blue, it's actually purple. So those misprints actually go for quite a few big dollars. And if you get them PSA graded, they're even 3 times their normal worth if they weren't PSA graded. So another good reason why I think you guys should PSA grade. So yeah, that's just is another different variation. As you guys know, I love 3rd series, so you guys can expect I've got a bunch of that just all around. So another suggestion I got for you guys, and this is from me as a collector. I like looking at the artwork. Is I probably told you guys this, but I really like this PSA book. It just doesn't really jump much in price, but it's actually very nice to when it comes to just looking at the artwork. And if you don't want to go online to GPK, there's a website out there where a collector actually put all of the sets together and has photos of them and things like that. But if you don't want to go to that, this is another good way. It's got some nice artwork, and let me hurry and get to the article. There's an article in here that John Pound himself wrote right here, popping out garbage pail kids. If you guys can see that, it's a whole article written by John Pound, and there's one at the beginning right here by another one of the garbage pail kid artists. There's that. It's 1 through 5th right here. Spiegelman right here, putting out the garbage pail kids. So yeah, it's a good way to learn a little bit more about the garbage pail kid history. And I really like that as a collector, you know, because I like to hear the stories that these awesome creators and artists did in order to help create these awesome cards we have nowadays. The next one I suggest is a pretty good investment because they're hard to get. Are these right here? This is the Universal Monster Pac. I got these around December. If you guys remember from me opening them up on the channel, we got some really cool stuff. But yeah, these right here are actually pretty nice just because they're harder to find. This, I believe, is the second print run. If you can find the first print run, which were pink packs instead of green based, those are actually really, really good to get if you have the chance. I think if I was looking the other day, and there's a possibility that this set was so desired that they came out with a 3rd series print run. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's another suggestion. Now, for a pretty good one that a lot of you guys have actually been asking on what and where you can get these, we've got the top exclusives right here. These are just some of the many top exclusive sets that I've bought since starting this channel. I highly recommend you guys purchasing these because these are actually limited prints. Because right here, this is a Atom Bomb Fool's Day, and don't worry, guys, there will be a review done about this. So about the cards and sets. So they're coming out, they're making their way, but it's actually for Bizarre Holidays. But yeah, I highly recommend these just because they're limited in print, and it's a good way to get your hands on an exclusive item that's hard to come by in the community. So we've got the Rocks show right here. And this right here, why I'd say this one is because it right here on the back, as you can see, it's the GPK 30th anniversary. So this is the stamp. I believe this will be the stamp for the set that comes out this September in Chrome. I think that's what the stamp will look like up in the corner of the card. But yeah, anything anniversary or anniversary, celebrating an anniversary, those are really, really, really good items if you can grab those. Because later down the road, those scenes are going to be worth double the money. Like, look at the Jumping Jordans from 30-year anniversary. Those are actually worth quite a few dollars. And you only had to pay maybe $5 to pull that out of a pack, and you could sell it for $50. So again, Valentine's surprise. This is another one right here. And then another one I recommend, which I know this is personally my recommendation, is the Disgrace to the White House set, just mostly because it is more has to do with presidential political campaign and stuff. And who knows, maybe one of the candidates that right here, Stop or Go Joe, you know, or something like that. One of the candidates wins the House to the White House. That could be worth a lot of money. Like a good example are the Donald Trump Garbage Pail Kid cards. Certain one of those are actually worth hundreds of dollars. So you could possibly find the golden card, right? And then another one I suggest you guys to purchase. Let me hurry and get this protective foam out of here. Oh, sweet. Are the sets. This set right here, was We Hate the Holidays for Garbage Pail Kids. They released it last December, I think is when they released them, around Christmas time. Um, and these are all spin-offs of first or second series Garbage Pail Kids. Why I highly recommend buying these is because you can pull cards out of here that are worth $40. I know Mr. D pulled a Nasty Nick card, I believe, which he no, sorry, I pulled a Nasty Nick card, and I decided to sell it so then I could help pay for this, to where I would have made my money back from this and still having the entire set. And sold it for about $40. And that's how much this set costs. And it also comes with a poster on the back right here of one of the cards. I believe mine is the Fry and Brian. But yeah, this is very good. I highly recommend this. Again, it's limited print. And also, even this base set you can sell for $20. So if you just want to make a really good flip, this is a good item for you. Or even if you just want to have a really cool collection piece, this is the great item for you. So another one is not one that I'm really huge into, just because I just haven't been into them. Like, don't get me wrong, I think these are great, these are awesome, but I'm just not crazy over them. Like, I'm really glad when I pull them, but it's the sketch cards / printing plates. These are really good. You can get them for pretty cheap, and they can actually be worth quite a few dollars for them. This is the Mr. and Mrs. that we pulled here on the channel, our very first sketch card. So it's awesome that I'm showing this off. But yeah, this right here is a cool item. The reason is because, think about this. This card is one of one. They didn't print this card. This was hand drawn by the artist right there. But like, you know what? Someone may try to replicate this card, but it's not going to be exactly like this card. So I think that's a great way to make some good money off of Garbage Pail Kids, is by sketch cards and printing plates. Because if you notice on the back of a printing plate, and again, I don't have one. Hopefully we can find one here very, very soon. But is that these are one of ones, and anything that's one of one is worth a lot of money. Yet again, like I told you guys, if you have the opportunity to buy a printing plate that resembles a Series 1 Garbage Pail Kid or Series 2, highly recommend you possibly try to get that item if you can get it for a good deal. Hi, Al, how you doing? So I'm reading the comment right here. Pricing my 1985 Garbage Pail Kid stickers. I have about 400 cards from 1985 original. Any suggestion? Yes, I actually do have a suggestion. And that's actually the next topic, or the next suggestion that you guys do. So this is it right here. I suggest that if you have cards that look extremely well, I suggest you send them off to get PSA graded. Because this Gem Mint card right here, I probably paid about $10 for the pack and sending it off to PSA grading, and I pulled a Gem Mint 10 off of that. This card is about $50. So I just made $40 profit. And for your case, Al, since you have 400, that is insane. But since you have 400, I really recommend you, and this is kind of no matter the condition, as long as it's generally good, you grade those Atom Bombs, your Atom Bombs, Blasted Billy, Nasty Nick, Evil Eddie, and possibly Leaky Lou with Drippin' Dan. Those ones are really good chaser cards, like Uzi Susie. They're extremely hard to find. This is just a 9ST I bought off of Mr. D from his returns. But I do highly recommend that if you've got 1985 cards, whether it be first series or second series, send your best looking cards off to get PSA graded. And I know you can sell like just damaged ones for like $10 to $15. So if they're like, if there's a ding in the corner, or it's really off centered, or it's faded or something, I recommend you probably sell those. Yeah, VA Beach Collectibles. Yeah, you've got it right. First in series has to be PSA graded. let's be honest, guys. This is the best of the Garbage Pail Kids right here. Yeah, but I've noticed VA Beach Collectibles is that Nasty Nick happened to be a Garbage Pail Kid that he can be in terrible condition, right? Where you're not going to do well on PSA grading or anything. I saw one where the corners were smashed, um, and it was OC, really terrible. But the guy actually sold it for $75, which is insane. Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I'll have to hurry and grab them. So, to be honest, that's a question I've been asking myself. But since I keep growing my collection daily, um, would you like to know? Yeah, that nasty Nick you have in really good graded condition. If that's a PSA 10, you could possibly sell that for um $20,000 is what the listing's on eBay right now. Nobody's bought it yet, but I'm pretty sure somebody would. Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it. So to be honest, the only Atom Bombs artwork that I have graded right now is this Blasted Billy right here. Oh, sorry guys, the Blasted Billy. But then also this Atom Bomb right here, Checklist A, Gem Mint 10. But don't worry, I've got actually, I think, 4 more coming back from PSA here shortly of PSA graded. And this is a reason why I tell you guys that I'm suggesting right now is any Atom Bomb variations, send them in right now. You know, because what if I told you guys that this Atom Bomb right here, there's only one other card in the world PSA graded that's a Gem Mint 10. So for this particular Atom Bomb card, I own 50% of the population. So I highly recommend if you have Atom Bomb, Nasty Nick artworks, anything like that, send those into PSA grading. Like this Atom Bomb right here I showed you, this April Fool's Day. After I do a review on it, I'll get it sleeved up and get it ready to send off to PSA grading. But those are the only Atom Bombs right now that I have officially graded by PSA. I probably have up to 24, I think was what I last counted, Atom Bombs that are just waiting to get off to get PSA graded. So, Woody, that to answer your question, the way that me and Mr. D found out was we decided to open them like. Okay, I did have. Oh, here it is right here. We did open these right here. I'm still trying to figure out a way if you guys can tell if it's a like glossy pack or not. I don't have the best answer for you right now, but yeah, there's no way right now. I think you can look it up on maybe Google or maybe YouTube. There's a way to look it up, but right now I just don't know personally on how to tell if your box is glossy or matte. If it was second series, I would say it'd most likely be glossy. But for second series, I don't know if you guys know this. For second series, you actually want the matte cards because almost every second series card was glossy. The rare variation for second series is actually matte, which is crazy, you know? Because first series, you want the glossy cards. But here in second series, you guys have matte cards you want to chase down. So, Al, what do you mean by PSA ratings? Like to get them graded? Because if you want to get them graded, there is a price for them. You could do a membership where you get so many free to get graded, like what I've tried. Yeah. So to get them graded, there's multiple ways you can do this. I did a brief video where I touched about getting stuff PSA graded, and the normal price is about $20 per card, which is crazy. But if you have up to 100 cards in bulk, yeah, you're welcome, Woody. If you have up to 100 cards or 200 cards in bulk, you can send them in for about $8, which is probably the better way. or if you get the membership, you can actually do really, really well that way with the memberships and having those. Uh, Platinum is 15 free uh, PSA grades. Gold, I believe, is 6, and then silver maybe is. I don't think silver is a new membership they just came out with. I still don't know much about that, but just might as well change the scenery for you guys. Oh, that's probably not the best, but yeah. So PSA grading, a great way to do it. But you could do what me and Mr. D did towards the holidays, is that they'll randomly have a point in time to where you can actually just have up to 25 cards and send them in for $8 a piece. It is like their non-sports special or something like that. And what's really cool about that is that you have to at least have 25 cards to send, and you can go further than that. Okay, guys. Yeah, so I don't know much about Star Wars card, Al, but since Star Wars is a huge franchise, I think that could be a great way. If you want, I could see if I can help you find some more information about those Star Wars cards. And then Woody, to answer your question, for me personally, I probably would open up one of them and keep one sealed. And this is why I say open up one and then keep one sealed. Is if you keep one sealed, then you know that if the box goes up to like 50,000, which would be crazy, but could happen, you have guaranteed 50,000 in the box. But if you open up one of those boxes, right, and you happen to pull a Gem Mint Atom Bomb or Gem Mint Nasty Nick, there, yeah, like VA Beach Collectibles said, sealed boxes are worth a fortune, once give it maybe 10 years, but I don't know, just you could possibly be sitting on multiple gold mines. So either way, if you keep them sealed, that's awesome. If you decide to open up one and keep the other one sealed, hey, that's great. You can still get the cards PSA graded and sell those individually. That's what me and Mr. D did. I was talking to Mr. D, and he wished he had the 3 other first series boxes left, which was yeah, both of us were like, it would have been cool if you still had those boxes, but yeah, he just got rid of them. Okay, guys. Mr. D, I've been trying to convince him so much to get a YouTube channel up and going, because you guys actually like watching Mr. D, and I like doing videos with Mr. D. He's super awesome, and he loves getting into PSA graded collections. But no, he does not have a YouTube channel, but he is right now selling a he is selling some vintage boxes right now. So if you guys are interested in that, I could maybe do a video later in the day, because I know he sold, and this is crazy. I told Mr. D not to sell this, but he decided to sell his 15th series Garbage Pail Kid box, all 48 packs. I don't know if there was a poster in it or something. And he sold it to a friend of ours that we've done some trading with, that has bought off first series cards and a few second series cards from us. So yeah, he did. He is selling what boxes he's got. Yeah, Woody, to be honest, if you did decide to open one up, feel free to send me a link to that video. I would be so happy to promote that, because if you guys notice, the first series boxes that are on YouTube right now, besides the one on our channel, they're not really, they're like 6, 12 years old. They're kind of older. Okay, so Patrick, Okay, so Patrick, that's a really good question. So the gum damaged ones, I was talking to Mr. D about the same thing. Just because he's been trading and doing this much longer than I have personally. Mr. D suggested that if you try to build a set, if you don't decide to sell them, of the gum damaged ones, but I recommend for the good looking cards to possibly get those PSA graded. Like VA Collectibles said earlier, anything from 1985, from Series 1 to Series 2, you might as well just send them in to get graded because they're so unique cards. And I feel like every garbage pail collector out there still wants to get more. I know that after I probably finish building my first and second series set, I'll probably work on another one and another and so forth. So that's a really good question. Um, I'm still waiting to get mine PSA graded, but yeah. So that's what I think, Patrick. Yeah, I'll let Mr. Dean know. Maybe I could give you his email or something like that. I don't know what boxes he has left. I think he's got a fourth, a ninth, maybe a seventh. I don't know. Like I said, Mr. D, he's just getting rid of his boxes right now. So if any of you are interested, I can let him know, and I could try to hook you guys up together. So this next recommendation that I got from you get for you guys is an item that I haven't really showed on the channel, and I actually didn't know about this for a good while. And neither did Mr. D until I actually received one as a gift last year. And it's this right here. You guys ready for this? I don't think you guys are ready for this. This is pretty cool. I've got right here a 1985 Garbage Pail Kid Series 2 pack, PSA graded. It's crazy. Like, I didn't know these actually existed at all or anything like that, but PSA actually grades packs too. Okay, Woody, what's your question? Yeah, Mr. D actually so after a talk after our last video, when one of you guys asked how much Mr. D paid for the box, I went up and talked to him, and he said that particular box he bought it in 2012. Which, sorry guys, I got the dates wrong, because I knew Mr. D had boxes in 2008 and 2009, but the particular box we opened up was from 2012, and he paid $2,000 for it, for that particular box. Yeah, VA Beach Collectibles. Um, if you're referring to this pack right here I've got in my hands, no, it's not my pack that's sold, but I did watch one earlier today. There's one still going on I believe that's still a PSA 8 that that is being it's up to like $90 right now. And I asked Mr. D how much he bought this for, and he said around 70-ish. So these are starting to go up in price. And what probably not a lot of people know is that there's first series ones of these right here. People have graded first series packs. So Woody, I believe it's you that has the two um, first series boxes. If your packs look extremely well, like besides this one right here in this corner, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a crease in it and things like that, and a couple creases here and there on the pack wax. But I guess, Woody, if you're interested, you could possibly PSA grade a few of those packs, because I know Gem Mint 10s, those are really expensive, and let alone the Gem Mint or the PSA 9s are even expensive. It's crazy. So that's another idea for you, Woody, on what you could do. Yeah, VA Beach Collectibles. Yeah, I do agree with that. Um, but yeah, there's so this is a really unique item right here, and yeah, I thought I'd share it with you guys since we haven't seen it on the channel. I know Mr. D's got two second series, and I believe he's got three. maybe to first series. So I'll see if I can get in touch to him with him after this live stream and see if he wouldn't mind doing a couple videos on some of the unique items he's got in his collection. Okay, so that's a good question. So the question was, how do I buy a box and a couple packs? How do you know if they weren't messed with? Personally, I haven't had a situation where I purchased a pack and it was tampered with, but the wax, that is the biggest way to tell. Is like, and some of these guys who do scams like this are terrible at it. Just know they are terrible at it. Um, and please remember that, like I said, I haven't been in a situation like this where I've gotten a scammed like this or something like that. But this is what I've heard is that right here across the like ledge right here, sometimes they have little like bumps. Like, do you know when you melt a wax candle and when the wax is dripping and stuff like that? If they melt it too hot and stuff, you could get that right coming down right across here. Um, to be honest, I don't know, but like I said, I'd be more than willing to help you guys figure out this research and stuff because I'm also very curious about it too, on how to figure out if packs are tampered with or not. So that's a very good question. But hopefully it's not tampered with because that'd be awesome in your case because you would have all these great cards. So the next suggestion I've got for you guys, and this is a good one. I talked to Mr. D earlier today and I asked him, so what suggestions do you have for collectors, you know? And this is a big one that we agreed on. PSA cards, right? And Mr. D said another thing. He also recommends not just normal PSA graded cards. If you have the opportunity, get oh, sorry guys, that was a pretty big stack. Also get gem mint 10s. So, and to be honest, I also agree with Mr. D. If you have the opportunity of getting a gem mint 10 for an extremely good deal, you should try to do it because gem mint 10s are actually worth a lot of money. I'm just gonna tell you guys this story that, or no, this is right after Mr. D decided to open up his first series box. When he decided to do so, he actually sold all the gem mint 10s he had at the time of the box opening. So while Mr. D opened up his first series box, all of his gem mint 10s from first series, he decided to sell, you know, because he wanted to make money to where he can then, from the box itself, the wrappers, the damaged gum cards, and the PSA cards, help pay for getting the rest of his newly opened Garbage Pail Kids opened. So he then decided to sell these cards. And what's crazy is that he actually did do really, really well with PSA graded cards. I think he had 16 and he sold them for about $2,857, I believe. I think that's what he told me last time I checked. All I know is that for very few cards, he made it a lot. Okay, so Woody, you have a great question, and I actually know what you're talking about, which misprint. So it's actually not in first series; it's actually in second series, and it's Schizophren. This one right here. This is a different variation of it. It's the another bizarre holiday that we'll be doing a review on here pretty soon. But yeah, this I'm pretty sure this is the girl you're talking about. It is Schizophren. And if you noticed, I like to look at the sets and the names. But if you notice, in fourth series, there's actually a couple of them. In fourth series, you have Um, Crystal Gale, I believe, is one. The Snowman, the boy who's got. I just had these. Hold on, I think I've got them right here. Yeah, so these right here. Yeah, these right here from fourth series. These are also ones where there's three different names for them. So yeah, so if you guys have a like chance or something, I'd recommend to go look at some Garbage Pail Kid series that or a list that someone's put together, because you'll find that there's actually quite a few with few of these throughout the years that they've done them where there's three different names you can get. Yeah. Oh, yeah. VA beach collectibles. Yeah, you're right. My bad. It's a Fran. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I just remembered that Schizofran's uh the more expensive one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, guys, I was just. Whew, there's just so much that I'd like to make sure this information gets with you guys. Do a card giveaway. Yeah. I was talking with Mr. D, and we were thinking, you know what, maybe we'd do one once we hit 100 subscribers. Just I said this one of the like very early Garbage Pail Kid videos I did on this channel is that as this channel grows, when we start doing giveaways, eventually we may start and this is towards when we've got a couple thousand subscribers, is that we could possibly do maybe a few PSA graded card giveaways. But yeah, so when we hit 100 subscribers, we may start giving away stuff. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Maybe some packs or something like that. We just haven't talked much. And guys, this is pretty surprising. But remember when we opened up those Oh the Horrible stuff? I still have all three of these sealed, and I'm not really interested in these. So if you guys are interested in these, let me know, because I actually was just gonna just toss them in a drawer and forget about them. But then when I was talking to Mr. D, you know what? We may do a giveaway with these. So I'll talk to Mr. D right after this, like with the questions you guys had, and we'll figure out what we'll start giving away. But like I said, once the channel gets bigger and there's more people who would like to enter in these giveaways for cards and stuff, that's when you'll start seeing the really good stuff. I think if we hit 1 million subscribers, we may give away a PSA Atom Bomb card, possibly. And that's if and when we hit 1 million. Yeah, I'm just reading, just trying to catch up with the comments, you guys, just to help answer some of your questions you guys have. So just give me a moment. Okay, Patrick, I think I know what you're talking about. The cards that they did, or the cars that had the Garbage Pail Kid stickers, and they did them at Comic-Con, I think, 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, that's actually super cool, Patrick, that you got a few of those. Me, myself, I looked at a few of those and was possibly considering purchasing some. I think I'm leaning towards I think it's the mailbox truck, because if you look on the side or somewhere on the card, it says GPK, and I thought that would be pretty cool to get and just put it right over here in the background of our videos. So I think that would be a cool item I'd eventually like to do with that. But yeah, PSA. Whoa, Patrick, that's actually super, super cool. And hey, Woody, thank you, man. That means a lot. And hey, if any of you are new, feel free to like and subscribe. Lately you guys have been wanting more live streams since we've done the first one. So I've been just trying to do my best. I don't have a box yet coming, but hopefully by the end of the night, I can find a Garbage Pail Kid box and purchase it and have it shipped on its way. And you know what? We'll probably do like what we did with the brand new Series 3 Garbage Pail Kid box. where we opened up a few packs and then we did a live stream later that week. So that's a really good possibility of what may happen. And Patrick, I didn't know about the green chase cars. You know what? I'm actually super curious now about those. But yeah, so we highly recommend PSA graded cards because Mr. D around 2012, around the same time he bought that card, or not card, sorry, the first series box, PSA cards, the Gem Mint 8s, which let me hurry and grab one for you guys. I've got a weird windy here somewhere. Okay, so this right here, this Garbage Pail Kid Weird Wendy Near Mint 8. These surprisingly, not the glossy ones. I think it was just the matte ones were actually $12 a piece, right? They are not even 12. Like I think he said he paid $8, and that's how he built his first Garbage Pail Kid series first set. But then, like right now, if you guys are watching PSA graded cards, I highly recommend you guys do that. But what's crazy is that the prices in cards are going up every day in value, you know, especially for some of those Gem Mint 10s. And if you've been looking, the glossies have actually been doing extremely well for just any grade. So if you happen to have some glossy cards, highly recommend, if they're in really good condition, to send those to get graded, because I know a lot of people are looking for those. Yeah, guys. I'm just reading more of the comments. Oh, sweet, Patrick. You know what? Right after this live chat, I'm going to go straight to eBay and see if I can find that. And I think it's cool when new people subscribe to the channel of those who used to GPK collect. I was talking to Mr. D, and he was actually at a, I think he said like a sit-in restaurant, you know, maybe Chili's or something like that. And a 4-year-old actually, he overheard the family of this 4-year-old, and the 4-year-old wanted to buy Garbage Pail Kids. And that the dad was like, yeah, the Garbage Pail Kids I used to have, I gave them to him, and ever since then he's been wanting more and more Garbage Pail Kids. So I think that's awesome that the next generation is starting to fall in love with these cards right here. You know, I think that's really cool. And I think this is a great investment, because think about when the next generation of Garbage Pail Kid lovers, when they're teenagers or adults, you know, and they have a job and they can start buying these cards, you know, the market will just do good. Okay, so VA Collectibles, for your question, to be honest, I don't think third series has glossy cards. I don't know. I've never seen a third series glossy card. But if there is, I would assume the glossy would be more valuable, like in first series. I think that would be a really good. That's a really good question. I want to look into that more. But before you guys go, or I want to hurry and show you. So there's this Garbage Pail Kid card, right? And I normally look at the pops for my cards, you know, so I can figure out if they're one of ones, which I've got a few. But this Marshy Marshall right here, right? The 9ST. I was looking at the population for it, and it happened to there was another name. Oh, hey, Mr. D.
Hi.
Hey, guys. Mr. D just arrived. Hey, welcome to the live stream.
Nice.
So I was just telling them that I found a new print name for Marshy Marshall. It's Marsha Marshall.
Oh, Marsha.
Marsha, which is a C variant right here. So here's the comments and stuff we've got going on.
Okay, good. Sweet.
Hey, so VA Beach Collectibles, 7s and 6s are still great, you know? A PSA graded card is a PSA graded card. Like to show you guys, I've gotta find my Atom Boom.
Oh, you're 7?
Yeah,
It's right there.
like VA Collectibles, you're not the only one who's been buying PSA 7s. Like, I also bought this one right here, which is a PSA 7. So, you know what? It just depends. Some people want 9s and 10s. Some people just want 10s. And yeah, that's going to possibly hurt the bank. But yeah, so that's really cool.
But 7s in the first series, if they're glossy, it's good too.
Yeah. Yeah, VA Collectibles. First series PSA graded cards have just been booming as of late, which is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, happy birthday. You know, that's really cool that you bought some. And here, if you want to know what I'm referring to, it's that one right there. Yeah, that's really cool that you bought some. I think the first time I bought a Garbage Pail Kid was in which series would have been 2012? Would have been that brand new series 1? Because I think that's where I bought the Olympic medals.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think
that either came out, I think, in 13 or 14. We were in North Dakota.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think brand new series 1 was the set I bought into. Then I did it to Chrome series 1. Then I haven't done it, and then when the Horribles came out, that's really when I started to really jump back in, and this collection just boomed from there.
okay.
Yeah, like you said.
Do you want to get some of my PSA? Or?
Oh yeah, I was talking to him about these right here.
I know about my glossy.
Yeah, if you want.
Let me go grab some of those.
Yeah. So okay, guys, Mr. D is actually going to go grab some of his pretty cool PSA graded stuff, and he'll be right back. So yeah, guys, I actually didn't know if Mr. D would show up. So I'd have him look at all these comments and stuff and questions. I know someone was asking about a box, so I'm gonna definitely ask about getting the see if you can getting a box from him and things like that. Maybe right after this, I'll post a video letting you guys know what Mr. D's got left and things like that. But yeah, so yeah, after this, I'd update him on things like that. So while we're waiting, does anyone have any questions or anything like that about Garbage Pail Kid cards? Like I said earlier, I'd answer them to the best of my abilities. Because I know we answered a lot of them and things like that. If you guys are interested, would you guys like to see Mr. D's PSA graded collection? So if you would like to see Mr. D's PSA graded collection, please put it down in the comment section down below, you know, because I think that would I think you guys would love it. Mr. D's got some pretty cool stuff. And okay, so I know I think he's getting a few of his Atom Bombs and Nasty Nicks he's got. And he is also getting a few of, I think he's getting 1 or 2 of his PSA graded packs, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys really want to see another, you know what? I guess maybe we could do it as a live stream. Oh, you want help with those?
There we go. You can talk about that one.
Yeah.
Being from the 15th.
So yeah, I think we may want to do another live stream with looking at your collection.
Yeah, we can.
So do you guys remember how I told you Mr. D's got some really crazy stuff? This happened to be one of them. And if you guys don't know, we actually PSA graded this channel, which is super cool. that we really PSA graded this stuff on the channel. Ready for this? It's our very first PSA returns we ever got. 1989 Garbage Pail Kids Blasted Betty sticker die cut PSA 9. Guys, this is a cool card right here. And when I was going through some of Mr. D's collection, we came across this card and we were like, we have to send this in. And lo and behold, it was a gem. It was a PSA 9, you know?
I've had this card since I first got it in the 80s, and it was in my binder. So it's amazing that it stayed in that condition for so long, and I got a 9 on it.
Guys, this is why it's worth protecting cards, because all the way back from the 80s, all the way to 2019, when we sent this in to get graded, and it comes back as a PSA 9. That is awesome. Crazy.
Yeah. So,
hey, we were just talking about that one.
Really?
Yeah, friend.
There you go.
Well, this is not friend.
But double heather.
So here's another one of his, you could say, bright stars or crowning jewels. Not the crowning jewels, but...
So this is from the second series box we opened up not too long ago.
Which
got graded.
I know you guys, I've been saying this a lot. We did open up a second series box. I think I told you how it didn't upload to YouTube. Like they took it down.
Yeah.
Like it was only up for 2 days and it was tucking down for some reason. And it was only one video and it was about 11 minutes and 90 seconds long. And we're actually trying, I'm actually going through like all the photos and videos I've ever taken for the channel. I'm actually trying to find it. So hopefully here really soon I can find it and try to re-upload it. If not, maybe we could just watch it off my phone during the live stream or something. Yeah, Patrick, that is awesome that you're saying that. Oh, yeah. So this is not yours, right? There's one on eBay right now of a double heather.
Oh, that's not mine. No. The one on eBay is not. That's not.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So, yeah, the one on eBay is not Mr. D's. This one I'm pretty sure staying in your collection for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let Mr. D show you this next card, which you guys are going to love it. It is a card to behold.
So this next card here, let's see.
You probably want to go up.
Go up?
A little, yeah. There you go.
Wait. Why isn't it?
You can just look on the monitor screen right here. I'm just using that to help see the comments.
Okay, so here, this card right here is a matte Wrap and Ron Gem Mint 10 from 1985, the second series. Actually, it's really crazy. The first series, Glossies are the most sought after cards, but actually it's reversed in the second series, the mattes. It's more common to get Glossies and less common to get mattes. I'm going to show you the back on this. This card here, I don't know if you can see 49B. Maybe I'll get it a little closer and see if it works.
I don't think it works.
This card actually has Schizophrenic as 49B, so it's the variant. This card I recently purchased about, I think, a year and a half ago on eBay.
Yeah, once this channel started.
So this is one of the gems I was able to find on eBay. That was pretty cool. So yeah, this is one of the.
So, Mr. D, how much is that card worth right now? Just to help put into perspective.
Well, I'll tell you what I purchased it for. It was like just a little over $100. It was a bit style on eBay. But I think I've seen cards like this go upwards of 250-ish, maybe. Just because this is one of the most rarest Wrap and Rons out there.
Yeah.
Because it's the.
Let alone a Gem Mint 10 version of it.
Question for Mr. D. What series do you sell and how much? I
No, I was just talking about how I bought some packs from you and how you're
Oh.
boxes right now.
Oh, I have some loose packs of the, let's see, the 4th series, and I still have a couple boxes like the 6th.
Do you still have that?
And 7th and 9th. I've been selling them on Facebook for about $3 a pack. Obviously, if I have to ship it, I charge whatever the shipping fee is. It's typically about, I ship in a box because I try and protect the product coming to you. I really package things well and whatnot. So I think it's about $8. It's a lot. I don't know why, but shipping's been like going crazy. Like every year they up the price on shipping costs. I'm sure everyone's seen. So yeah, I've shipped all over the place via Facebook. But I'm running low on packs. I've been unloading as of late, but I still have a couple boxes, and I have some 3rd. But those packs, I've been asking about $5 a pack for those. But yeah, I just use Venmo and whatnot to get that transaction. But yeah.
But yeah, like when you guys think about it, some of these guys are selling 8th series packs or 9th series packs for close to $6 to $7 was one listing I found on eBay, which was crazy.
And now they charge you tax too. So
yeah. Oh, here's another.
Or did you want to go?
Oh, we could go that. So earlier in this video, you guys asked me how many atom bombs, and I said I only had the 2 variants, the Blasted Billy, the original of 1995 and stuff, and then the atom bomb, not 10 I pulled. So, guys, we're gonna show you guys.
Hold on. I think I got one. I got one other one.
You have one more?
Here, I thought. Where's my 6? Or maybe
I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
But I think these are still good.
Yeah.
So, guys, right now in the comment section down below.
Oh, here.
To ask.
These aren't all of them, but these are. Chunk.
Yeah. Let me know what grade you guys think these are right here. There's 3 of them, right? And to let you guys know, they're atom bombs. And we opened this from that first series box we opened.
Yeah, back in October of last year.
So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of what grade these could be.
They're all glossy.
Yeah, so these are all the gloss cards. Okay, so we've got some 9s and 8. Okay, so we'll reveal these one at a time. So let's get into this. So our first one is the Atom Bomb Checklist 1985 90C right here. And if you guys think we bought these and we didn't pull, like these weren't from what we graded and we sent these off to PSA, I just know some people just think that, oh, you guys like rig it. We don't. We do legit PSA stuff. And go check out those PSA graded videos. It'll show you that we actually pulled these out of the boxes for the grades. So that's one. Remember, 1 out of the 3 cards. We have another Atom Bomb. PSA 9 this time, not OC or anything. Right? So we've got this lovely card. And again, it's from the box, but it's not a checklist. It's the award back right here.
Cheater's license.
Yeah. Is it the cheater's license? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cheater's license.
Mm-hmm.
And for our final card, and you guys are like spot on for the guesses, we have another PSA 9 Atom Bomb right here. Glossy. So all of these cards we just showed you, these Atom Bombs are glossy. So I think it's pretty crazy. I'm sorry about the lag. Do you mind grabbing me my charger out of there? Because apparently it looks like my thing might die. No, it's in the top.
Oh,
yeah. So sorry about the lag, you guys. I just happened to look on the screen that I'm using to record, and it's about to die. So and I just don't want it to die on you guys and have this awesome content cut off. So yeah, guys, there's that. And Mr. D's got another card.
Yeah, I can show you. This is another card we had pulled from
there we go.
the first series box.
Maybe there. Yep, right there.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe up a little more because there you go. Down.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is Slobby Robbie. This is one of the 10s I had gotten in the box. I got.
Do you have any of your nasty nicks or evil Eddies over here? Are those still back there?
I do have them back there. Yeah. Why? Do you want me to go grab them?
They were just asking about it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is one of the sweet cards I got back that were 10. I thought some of the cards I sent in were 10 worthy, but the person grading them, they were pretty tough.
Yeah.
So
that's another thing you just have to watch out for, because lately, you realize that eventually, and you can hear this from around the community, is that some graders are tough on grading while others aren't. This is a PSA 6 atom bomb, just to show you guys that PSA grading is difficult. And that's why I said, like those guidelines, if you happen to have one of those books or you happen to have that, try to base on all your decisions on cards to grade on those. And VA Beach Collectibles, Mr. D is actually going to hurry and go grab those nasty nicks and evil Eddies, so he'll be right back. But yeah, because look at this. So out of the 4 atom bombs we just showed you, 3 of them got a PSA 9, almost a Gem Mint 10, and yet he gets a card. And you guys can take a closer look at this right here. That is a PSA 6. So right from the beginning, if you look at this card, you can tell it's a little OC from top to bottom. Things like that. And then right here, nothing too crazy. Same thing top to bottom. From this point of view, it's the left side to the right side. So we actually did consider about resubmitting, I think, a few atom bombs.
Yeah.
And we saw a few videos on people cracking them, and we just think we don't want to run the risk of damaging the card, because we'd like to keep the card in pristine condition if we can. So
maybe in the future, if we figure out how to do it, we can
safely
practice on a lower grade card that's not worth so much and perfect it.
Yeah.
Trying to crack them. But.
So in the future we could possibly consider doing that. So Mr. D, a big question: how many atom bombs would you say you'd have?
How many do I have?
Yeah, because they were asking earlier how many I had, and I just
I think I have. Well, I have 2 sets. So I have a glossy set and I have a matte set.
And then you have a bunch
of singles. So I think I have
like 13.
I don't know, I know it's closer to probably 15 if you count
15.
Blasted Billy.
Oh yeah.
If you count the variant between the 2, I have about 15.
Yeah. So guys, between the 2 variants, Mr. D's got about 15 atom bombs just from 1985.
Well, Blasted Billy and Atom Bomb. And they're mainly
atom bomb.
Yeah.
But he said that the majority of them are atom bomb, so there's possibly 13 that he has.
Yeah, I got quite a few.
Yeah, VA Beach Collectibles. I know what you mean. Mr. D's got one right here. And this actually costs quite a bit of money.
What's that?
The PSA 6 atom bomb glossy.
Oh yeah.
You guys may not think about it, but if it's glossy, and me and Mr. D were talking about this,
it actually goes up another level.
Like say, since this is a 6, since it's glossy, it's almost, you're paying the price of a 7 matte
finish.
And then like for a glossy 9 is the like for a Gem Mint 10 matte finish atom bomb. almost.
Well, the 10s are kind of on their own league,
Yeah. But some of them are right around the same. Like I know Uzi Suzy is one.
Yeah.
Because like I showed you guys earlier in that collection book, for one of the prices for a Gem Mint 10, they did not have a Uzi Suzy at all. So, and I believe some of these are actually from Mr. D's set right now. So we'll do the first two. So right here, we've got a Nasty Nick and Evil Eddie pair. This is the Glossy that we pulled from the box.
Yep.
So the Nasty Nick got a ST7 right there. And the Evil Eddie got a normal 7 on here. And I know,
I have another 7 ST Nasty Nick as well. And I have one in grading right now.
Yeah,
another one.
So Nasty Nick, so Mr. D's got one in grading right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got another one. And then I believe if you guys were watching eBay a while back, didn't you have the 2.7 STs, the Nasty Nick and Evil Eddie pair? Was that? No?
I didn't do that. Yeah, I haven't.
No?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't Mr. D. I just knew you had some STs, and I thought it was your stuff.
Oh, no.
So there's two, right? And then we go to his mats.
These are from my mat set.
These are from the mat set. And we've got 2 8s, an 8OC on the Nasty Nick and an 8 on the Evil Eddie. But if you look at the numbers, it's from 1. And right now on PSA grading, they're working on 4.
For what?
This is a weird thing that I've learned from watching about PSA grading, but if you look in the serial number right there, it starts with a 1.
Oh,
right?
So that's one of the early ones.
So that's an early graded of Nasty Nick and Evil Eddie. But if you look at these, this is more recent. Oh, yeah. This is 4th. So this is, I think they're calling this 4th generation of graded cards. And I think we're almost up to 5.
Yeah.
So thought you guys would want to know about that. Yeah, they are the most valuable. And what's crazy is that, like what VA Beach Collectibles said, the Uzi Suzy, to be honest, I forgot to look that up before this live stream about the population, because I was looking through some of these populations for possibly what we're doing right now. I don't think there's a Gem Mint 10 Uzi Suzy out there. If there is, there's maybe 1 or 2. And they're not on the market. So
I used to have the variant Mountain.
Yeah, Mr. D. Remember how I told you guys about the PSA graded cards, right? The Gem Mint 10s and how he had a bunch of them. He had a Melton Melissa. I know this is not Melton Melissa, but it's melting. So, Robin. But sorry about the lag. Yeah, Melton Melissa. So, so right now on my phone, it's looking really laggy. I'm sorry about that. On my end, from the streaming device, it looks perfectly normal. So yeah, those are the big collection, the big cards we recommend you guys to invest, or garbage pocket items we recommend you guys to invest in. Mr. D, do you have anything else to add?
What's that?
So we've talked about unopened packs, 1st and 2nd series boxes. We also talked about graded packs in the cards. I talked about the Atom Bomb variations with the Nasty Nick and the majority of the 1st series or sometimes 2nd series variation spinoffs. And what else did we talk about? Boxes.
Oh, yeah, boxes, yeah. So, yeah, the only thing I would add is the graded cards, since they're encapsulated, it's preserving the card, right? And so
I'm pretty sure these are waterproof too.
Well, for a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
for a certain amount of time, yes, I would say.
If you drop it in the Marietta Trench, I don't think it's.
I want to try it, but but that's the one thing I liked is I was going to hold on to my 1st series box, but I started seeing just the age and wear. Even though I kept it in a protected place, I saw just some aging
very good investment.
And so that's what kind of spurred me to open it up, because, I wanted to see, one, because I knew they were glossy, but I wanted to see if I could get a hit because the glossy first series, those are pretty valuable and it pays for itself if you can get a 10 on like Nasty Nick or something. But
so
yeah.
Woody, are you still still in the chat by chance? Because if you're still here, I'll ask Mr. D about your question earlier about your first series boxes.
Oh yeah.
Because Woody in the chat earlier was asking, he's got 2 first series boxes.
Oh, cool.
And he wants he was asking if there's a way that we can tell if they're matte or gloss, and he wants to know if he should open them or keep them sealed. And I said, since you've done it, like,
yeah, because I've had this box for several years, the one I had, and I opened up
from 2012. So
yeah, so I don't know. I guess if there's a way, I just happen to have one of my packs that had a part of the back was like exposed. One of the packs that had an opening, and I was able to reflect, took the light to see if it would reflect, and it was glossy. So that's how I knew, and so I went for it. Now, without having that, it's hard to say, but the one thing I'd be worried about is that gum damage. As time goes on, that seems to be harder on the card.
Would you say if you had another first series box, would you crack it open? Because that seems to be the biggest question. Would you crack it open now, to where the graded cards would possibly be higher, or would you save it later to where if you eventually cracked in maybe 5 to 10 years, maybe when the box could be?
Or I would actually just sell it because it looks like the prices are jumping.
Yeah, And we were also talking about how the box prices could possibly be maybe 50,000.
Right. So maybe I'd hold on to it for that, but I don't know. Just between the gun damage and the wax, staying on the back, you got 2 cards that already have issues. So you're only left with 3 cards per pack. So personally, with the boxes going up, I would hold on to them because I think recently I thought there was a box they're selling like 15,000 to 24,000.
24, yeah.
24,000, 25,000, but that was for all 1 through 15. But still, that's insane.
Yeah, I feel like maybe within 50 years, just how the community has been growing lately within PSA grading, I feel that maybe certain boxes like first and second series will be
extremely,
maybe 5 to 10 times what they are right now.
Yeah.
Just because of how valuable the cards will be inside.
So you can do that. You can hold them packs, or you can just grade them like I did and, protect the cards. They're cool too either way. Either way, they're good investments. They're both options are great investments, but
24,000. They just looked it up.
Yeah.
24,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Sav Gaming? How are you doing? Nice for you to drop by, But yeah.
So I think both are great investments.
Yeah. So
I'd probably hold on to the boxes if I was
Woody. So Woody, if you're still in here, or if you end up rewatching this sometime in the future, Mr. D suggests to keep the boxes sealed, right?
Yeah, because I think you're gonna probably get some good money out of it.
Yeah. So yeah, and then let me hear you look up at some of the other questions we had earlier.
Okay.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I do not.
So Mr. D, like I said, doesn't. Mr. D, are you considering having a YouTube channel? Because from the comment section, a lot of the viewers really like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'm a guest on your show.
Yeah.
And which I like, chiming in from time to time.
And it's awesome to have it when you're here.
Yeah.
Because with your expertise and being in this kind of trade for almost 10 years now, of at least doing with the PSA grading cards, you have seen the rise and fall of just general grading graded cards.
Yeah, I've seen the rise of the packs too. Because when I at one point, this last box, it was like my 4th first series box that I personally have had over the years. I just remember in 2012 there was a major spike. The packs went from about $30 to $35 a pack up to about $80, $75, $80 a pack. There was a big bump. And then I think between 2012 to now, there was another bump because I think the packs are going for about 150-ish. You know, 150, just the raw pack, not the graded, but the raw pack.
Yeah, so
they go about from 150. And so I think there's going to be another level up in pricing.
Okay.
I think you're going to see another up in about another 5 years. It's probably going to go to about $250 is my guess, a pack, maybe $300.
So guys, you guys have heard from Mr. D that within 5 years, the first series packs, which cost $150 right now, could possibly be $250 a piece. And that's for 5 cards.
Right.
And 2 will be damaged.
Correct.
So guys, that is insane. So does anyone have any questions for either me or Mr. D?
Oh, I have one other comment. The one other problem you run into these packs from time to time is miscuts. So there could be a box out there, you know, that's unopened, and you never know what's inside, obviously, but there are cards out there where they're off-centered, and you could have a whole box full of them, and that would degrade the value of those cards. So that's another risk you run into for opening is miscut cards. And then
Mr. D, this is a question that I remember a few of the viewers asking. Is there a way to tell if someone had resealed a vintage garbage pocket pack? Because I just said the back would look messy.
That's a good question. I kind of thought that too. I know
because there's not very many videos about.
Yeah, I think if it's clean on the back, you can kind of see. You know, if it looks like it's tampered, I would say it looks like someone had another iron or something on it. And I think doing it the second time, it's going to cause problems with the ink on the back. You know, the lettering of on the back of the packs,
like 1985. The barcode.
1985. That won't be as clean. I think it would be smeared. So I think, I don't know. I mean, I would just really inspect packs, and you can compare it to some other packs that you may have just to see. And it seems like on the back of the original ones, they're just a square iron that was used. So if it looks like
a giant ironing,
and some of them tear. You can open these up really nice, but they're stuck so well that they tear. And so just look for evidence of that is what I would recommend,
So for those who couldn't hear Mr. D, the biggest recommendation he said, or the biggest thing to tell, is that right here with this ink right here with the barcode and the year date, the copyright, and promotional items is that, is that it would be smeared, which that would make sense. I just said, like a wax candle, how little clumps would form.
Yeah.
I said that's the biggest one for the guys who just don't know how to do it. Right?
Yeah. I would say just look at compare it to packs that you already have.
That aren't opened.
Right.
That are legit cleaned packs.
Yep. But I think as these prices go up, you run the risk of people tampering with them, obviously, just because you got the Nasty Nicks, the Atom Bomb, the Mean Gene, Jolt and Joel cards, the Dead Teds, those high dollar cards that people want. That's going to drive as these prices go up. That's the risk you're going to run into. So that's for sure.
Oh, sweet. Thanks for the information via Beach Collectibles. So do you know how you were talking about the tear? Yeah. Right. He says you may see a vertical tear on the upper and lower part of the pack.
True.
Which, that would make sense.
Yep.
So guys, look at this. We're learning this awesome stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now with the via Beach Collectibles, back early in 2008, it probably wasn't such a big deal since the boxes were $24 for the entire box. But since they're starting to rise in price, you probably want to start getting boxes that are maybe authenticated to make sure they're not tampered with, or they're a scam box or something like that. So VA Beach Collectibles is really thinking ahead of the game right here. So VA Beach Collectibles, a huge shout out to you with this great information you've been helping to provide. You know, I personally have learned a lot from you guys, and I hope you guys have learned something valuable in this. So we'll do questions for maybe 10 minutes. So if you have a question about anything, feel free to put it in the comments section down below. Yeah, like VA Beach Collectibles said, it's just since that nowadays GBKs and older baseball cards, it's heading to pay more for the authentication. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the company that does a lot of these boxes, I'm sure everyone knows, that's on eBay, is this
BBC.
BBCE Baseball Collection Exchange or something.
Yeah, it's actually a promotion in there, which I showed them about the PSA grading scale and stuff.
Yeah, I guess those boxes, man, some of them were like $20,000 on eBay or something.
Yeah, they're very expensive. So, you know what, guys? Any questions? And at the very end, right before we cut off, I think we'll announce what we may do for next week's live stream. So we'll just give it a few little minutes, and then but hey, for those who stayed through this entire time, thank you. I just really looked at the clock, an hour for this video. So I just huge shout out to all you guys who were commenting and just were willing to stick through with this. In the future, yeah, we'd probably do better quality stuff, but for right now, we're doing the best of what we can. Okay, so question to Mr. D.
What's that?
Is third series 1986 Glossy, matte, or both? Like, can you find Glossy 1986?
I think they're just one. I thought they were more glossy than matte, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I think they don't have that designation on the cards. I don't think so.
So what you're suggesting is that they're kind of a mix of each. So
I think they're actually just the one that I've seen. I haven't seen matte. So I think the matte was kind of like tossed back and forth between the first and second series.
And then
by the time the third came out, they just went straight up one and just ran with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
I don't think it bounces back and forth after the second series.
So
to be honest with you.
So then the second series afterward, you think is just one or the other?
Yeah, just one straight up.
So
I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but my collection that I've seen and what I've seen throughout the years, it's just one. But that's a good question, though.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Hey.
I mean,
yeah, we'd have to even do more research, you know, and things like that. So hey, thank you for the question, VA Beach Collectibles. That was really good. Okay, the glossy / matte is important for first and second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think we heard this somewhere where we were discussing how one of them was like the testing print paper or something like that.
Oh.
That they were using. So this is what I've heard, and I don't know if it's correct, but I heard it a while back from another collector, and he suggested that between the mattes and the gloss, the reason they kept going back and forth was because it was to like test printing and things like that, and they just happened to just sell whatever one they were testing, which I think could have been the matte.
That makes sense.
You know, so yeah, that's possibly a theory that I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
Seems like the glossies are a little thicker, like slightly thicker, obviously a little stronger than the matte cards that I've seen.
Yeah.
Just if you were filling them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another difference.
Yeah. The
thickness of the card.
Yeah, and
slightly.
And I would say the imagery is
Cleaner.
It is, and more focused.
Yes.
On that. Yeah. So, VA Beach Collectibles just confirmed that they went from gloss for first series, and then they went to matte.
Yeah.
So that's why there's less gloss backs were printed, because they were the first.
Oh, the first run?
First run.
Wow.
So in that case, guys, they're more like a first edition, I guess, for glossies. for first series.
Without a stamp.
Without a stamp.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah. So I told them that the cards with stamps on them are very collectible.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Oh, on the 30th anniversary?
Yeah, 30th anniversary.
The buybacks. Hopefully they do buybacks for the 35th. That'd be sweet.
That would be cool. Okay, so I didn't tell them about the buybacks. I just told them about the 30th anniversary stamps. And how we've got some with the 35-year anniversary stamps from the Topps Online sets.
Oh.
Like the rock show and stuff. Oh. So what Mr. D just referred to is that for the 30-year anniversary, they bought original Garbage Pail Kids.
I think it was a second series.
Second, yeah, because you've got one.
Bad
Breath Seth.
Yeah, Bad Breath Seth, I think, or
the other one. Or Foul Fill. One of the two. And what they would do is that they put a stamp right here, I think, on the bottom right side of the card, and it would say 30-year anniversary. And once they gave that card that stamp, they put it straight into the packs.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, okay. So that gloss, where they went from gloss to matte, it's actually the other way around, matte to gloss.
Oh, wow. So matte, so the gloss.
So the glossies just happen to be the cards that, because VA Collectible or VA Beach Collectible just said, sorry, they switched to gloss after running out of matte.
Oh.
So maybe guys.
Wow.
Maybe that's why they're so expensive, is because they did a limited run, because they didn't have to make so many.
It was just the end.
And that would make sense why second series was so big with gloss and hardly any matte, because they were using gloss at the time.
And they may have been printing the second series as they were selling the first.
You know what? That is super cool. And my biggest question is, besides glossies being towards the end, I would think, as I look at some, thank you, other stuff, like I know Pokemon for sure, the first versions of the card are more expensive. Like here, I'll show you guys. So I've got this right here. It's a 2000 Neo Genesis Kingdra. If you guys, this is Pokemon right here. If you guys didn't know, I do have a little bit of this in my collection. And I know that the more expensive cards have the stamp, which runs with it being one of the first ones printed. And I know that's how the Pokemon market is based, is
with the first edition stamp.
Yeah, the ones with the first edition stamps are going to be worth more than other ones, just because they were the first wave, you can say.
Right.
So I just thought that was interesting to compare with Garbage Pail Kids. When Garbage Pail Kids, it's the end of it, while Pokemon, it was the beginning, were the more valuable cards.
Yeah.
So any more questions from anyone? So to be honest, I'm going to let you guys know about this, but I think this live stream went better possibly than the last one I did, because the last one, I think it was just 2 to 3 people.
Yeah.
Most. And I love it when I see you guys comment, because like, look, VA Beach Collectibles, I just learned a lot about how the first series was printed just from you and the information you happen to know. And by you sharing that information, who knows, the people who watch this live stream after it's been like fully uploaded to YouTube, I feel like a good portion of the GPK community would know. Yes, VA Beach Collectibles, you are correct. Let's grow this channel, and the Garbage Pail Kid prices are starting to go up. So, and I think, and guys, this is just between me and you and Mr. D, but I have an idea of why certain cards are going up. So if you notice lately, you've been seeing more third series cards popping up. If you've noticed on eBay,
right.
You've seen a little bit more of those than first and second. And the reason I am thinking the way I'm thinking is because I feel like the people that are collecting PSA graded cards, they're done with the first, they're done with the second. Let's go to third, And I feel like that's how it's going to keep going. And that's why prices of the cards are going to keep going up because first series, because a lot of those cards are going to be in sets and collections, and the ones that are out there are going to be hunted for because newer collectors are going to want them. And the second series, same thing. And third series, I feel like this could go maybe to fifth series possibly, because I know,
or they can eventually just do an ultimate
master set.
Yep, and go all the way to the 15th if they're.
Yeah, and I know personally that would be the world's ultimate garbage pail kid set collection. Like, I feel like that would be awesome to do, but just at the progress I'm making, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna take me a couple years.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, there's no more questions. I'm really happy to see all of you here. Right after this live stream gets cut, I'll still be on a little bit to help answer some more questions and things like that. But I think for our next live stream, I think we may do it Friday, and I think we may be looking at PSA collections. I'm not so certain. I'm not sure if it'll be my collection or if it'll go straight into the monster, into the belly of the beast, and look at Mr. D's humongous collection. And you guys may be like, whoa, GPK forever. You're the only one who sees it. How do you know it's humongous? Let me just tell you this. When I say it's huge, it is huge. And for me personally, I think I have a pretty good collection. Pretty good. But compared to Mr. D's, it just blows out of the water. So yeah, guys, I hope this video was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I loved the positive comments. It just helps with this channel growing. I think maybe in about 20 minutes or so, maybe me and Mr. D will go back through the questions and look at the questions and stuff you guys said, and maybe do an answering thing, and then we'll upload it as soon as we can, because I know there were some questions further down up the list for you, Mr. D, to look at. So yeah, we'll look through those. But yeah. Yeah, we will look for the mail buck with the green trucks. Yeah, VA Beach Collectibles. Yeah, the GBK documentary that is on Amazon.
Oh yeah,
is what he's talking about. So yeah, maybe we'd have to snag that and sit down and watch it one time. But yeah, guys, it has always been a pleasure to make great content for you guys. I will always keep making content as long as you guys are watching for it, And like I said early in the video, once the channel starts growing bigger, the content's just going to keep getting better and better. So stay safe, guys. We'll still do a normal video Monday and things like that. Oh, Mr. D wants to show you guys quickly a card before we head out. So this right here is a card Mr. D wanted to show you. The 1985 Sumo Sid Gem 10. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, which I recognize a lot of your names from being subscribers, but for those who may be new to the channel, don't forget to possibly hit that subscribe button, Yep, you're right. Last card of Series 2 right here. The very last card.
Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw. We'll hurry and look at that back right there. So, hey, huge shout out to everyone who was here, Maybe next time we can get up to 20 people watching it live, And we'll try to keep it shorter next time. Sorry about how long this video was. But yeah, guys, stay safe, stay fun, stay positive, and we'll try to keep producing content for you guys. I think right now we'll always keep it to Monday, and Wednesdays we'll do for information about the upcoming live stream, because I think we could do possibly 2 more live streams, and then we'll go from there as a channel. Oh, how do you get GPKs in Canada? You know what? It's a good question. But you could probably buy them off of eBay and have them shipped to Canada.
I think
Um,
I've shipped stuff to Canada.
Packs, yeah.
Through Facebook.
Yeah. So Mr. D was like he just said that he shipped stuff.
It's expensive though.
Wait, really? So apparently Toys R Us is the only place that has cards for them in Canada.
Really?
You know what? That's actually really funny that you mentioned that, because down here in the United States, at least the Toys R Us by us, they didn't have any Garbage Pail Kids. And right now, the only places that we can go and pick them up is at Target.
Right.
Because Walmart used to have them, but they don't sell them anymore. And
Yeah.
Target's the only one. And since a lot of people who collect around me know where the only place is, that's why my Target's always dry of new product, just because people just buy it up before I get there.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe eventually it'll happen, Hey, thank you. So yeah, guys, like I said, stay fun, stay positive. Just keep an eye out for that video, like I said, later tonight that we may have. Yeah. So, yeah, old school ones, you're just gonna have to find those on eBay right now. Target is just the newer stuff, like late to school and things like that. If you want older stuff, you just have to go on eBay. There's a few of them on Amazon, but they're asking quite a bit of money for like hardly any packs. So I don't recommend that, because eBay, you can at least negotiate with the seller. And most of the time, the sellers are also members of the community, and they're really nice, and they may give you a deal or something like that. So yeah, guys, we'll have a video up here shortly. Just keep an eye out for that later today. This is GPK Forever and Mr. D signing out. Stay fun, stay positive, and catch you guys later.